16-bit sports action.
You can't do this on Nintendo Genesis.
Does.
Genesis.
Does.
Genesis.
Does.
Genesis.
Does.
Genesis does.
Get Joe Montana free, Pat Riley free, Buster Douglas free, Super Monaco GP free, or Collins free.
Genesis does.
What Nintendo don't? Buy a 16-bit Genesis system between now and October 31st and get an extra game.
Okay, class, pop quiz. Question number 1. You want to buy a video game system. Super NES gives you 4 free games. Sega gives you no free games. Which do you choose? Number 2. Farmer Brown has 4 chickens to trade for a video game system. Super NES gives him 4 free games. Sega, no free games. Which should Farmer Brown choose? Number 3.
Buy any Super NES system and for $3.50 postage, we'll send you Super Mario All-Stars. That's 4 games free. Now who would miss an offer like that?
Could you repeat the question?
Anyone here?
What's up, Jeff?
Let me get in on this one.
I'm not really good with goodbyes, so
Welcome everyone to Zero Hour with Stone Cold Loki and that crazy xenomorph Zeropium. Today we're going to be talking about the console wars and how those wars have ended, apparently, according to GameStop. Everybody get ready, raise your horns, and let's fire it up, Valhalla.
Conan, what is best in life? To crush your enemies, see them driven before you, and to hear the lamentation of their women. Come with me if you want to live. Attention!
Welcome back to Monday is War. No, I'm just kidding. Good morning. What the hell am I doing over here? Why am I on this side? What the shit? What did you do?
I didn't do anything.
Messing with the stuff in the back.
You had the keys last, brother. I'm sorry.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome back. Welcome back. Good morning. What a crazy weekend. It was a crazy weekend.
It's getting even crazier because Loki just got booted. And I swear I had nothing to do with it. Am I still on? Anybody hearing me? Because now I don't know what the hell is going on. He's back. Well, that was weird.
Son of a bitch.
And
it just said something went wrong. It was like something went wrong. You've been logged out. I'm like, okay, how do I get logged out of StreamYard?
Yeah, that was a little odd. I thought something broke on my end, but okay. Well,
something
this is
is
what happens
on his end, ladies and gentlemen. He's
You're one to talk, you baked AAA loving francophonic bacon loving bastard.
You stream with me.
I do. So everything I know, I learned from you.
Everybody's buffering. Everybody's buffering.
Well, sounds like we got some internet issues this
I
morning.
once was lost, but now I'm found. Zero does what Loki don't.
What? Exude natural charisma and talent? Yeah, I'd agree with that.
Or derp one.
Oh, that's what I'm saying. You have the charisma and talent. I'm just here to talk.
It's a Canadian thing.
Oh, here we go.
Oh shit, that was funny. Don't listen to the Canadians.
Oh, you son of a bitch.
That was funny. You got to admit that was funny. Friday night, that was funny. That was probably one of the funniest things.
Friday night was weird, and your wife was trying to get me in shit with you, talking about some full frontal crap. I don't know what the hell was going on there. Your wife was funny. Strange wife things. It was funny. From what I saw, until the power went out. What happened there?
It's a derp thing. Yeah, the power went out. So, yeah, we lost power. A huge storm in North Texas in the middle of all that, trying to do stuff. Bye, Penny. Have a great one. Have a great one, Penny. Have a great one. We've got a couple of super chats. There was two. Why do I only have one up here? There was two. I can't see the other one.
Well, it's probably, yeah. All right. Well, we had one from Dan Funk. Where's the other one? I think that was the one that broke your internet. And
I don't have the other one.
The other one I see is from Jedi Master.
Jedi Master. So Jedi Master threw one out and said, "Good morning, Loki and Zero. How about fantastic day, Skull?" That one's not there. It's just missing. And then we've got Dan Funk. I guess that's the one that broke it because it's not there anymore. That's so weird, man.
Yeah, that's very, very strange.
And then we've got Dan Funk's 31 Atlas is coming to take me away. Those nice young men in their pretty white coats. Thank you so very much. We got to get like a skull. We got to have a skull that nice young men in their pretty white coats. They're coming to take me away.
Well,
we're not going to play the weird baby PS3 ad.
Yeah, again. Thank you for letting.
You remember that? You remember that? No,
I don't know if you saw me backstage during doing the card facepalm thing. Thank you for letting us relive that nightmare. That was one of those goddamn PlayStation. What are you thinking moments? I mean, it got people talking, but kind of for the wrong reasons.
Thank you, Dan Funk. Dan Funk's in the house. Thank you so very much. And thank you, Jedi Master Lost in Space. You guys keep the fires burning bright here on Valhalla. And it's birthday week for Loki. So yay me. Thank you very much, guys. Putting it together for the birthday fund. You guys absolutely rock. This one's just for you. A little tuck and roll action this morning to get your day started off right. Let's go! Gun Bunny, what's up with a 46-month member chat? 46 months. Holy crap. Thank you, Gun Bunny. Says tomorrow morning it's supposed to be 29 degrees. It is jacket weather again in Valhalla, and I couldn't be happier because it's not hot. It's not hot. It's cool, and it's going to be great. And man, fall is so awesome until it starts snowing in Texas and everything goes to shit. Thank you so very much, Gun Bunny.
We had a very nice frosty morning outside today. It's been it's been fabulously fall for the last couple of weeks, and I am ecstatic. I love the fall. I love the winter, but I love the fall because it's just the perfect time of year.
And good morning to this crazy guy right here, Dega. We were talking about you this weekend and the cake you sent to that Valhalla Con and how awesome it was. Good morning, my friend, and thank you again so very much. It was crazy. Good weekend. Mm-hmm. We had a lot of fun. We got to hang out. I got to hang out with some really cool people. Scott Westbrook and his wife, Daryl and Akimi. Classic Comics. Such a great guy. Came out and hung out with us at the arcade, and we all went out to dinner, and absolutely great. You guys were absolutely great. Thank you so very much. You guys are wonderful. Walter Tomasky with $1.99 super chat says, Loki, you and O sound great through the new crossovers.
I was thinking the same thing.
You're Zero.
Well,
Zero.
I mean, no, O sounds right because every Monday morning, especially when new viewers come in, they look and they go, oh, that guy's here. Click off.
That's not true.
But thank you, Walter. I know. I just poke fun at myself all the time.
He does. He pokes fun at himself so much. Arwen is still cackling about it.
Yeah. Well, that depends on how much water she drank Friday night before she went to bed after her box of wine or whatever the hell she was cracking into.
Well, since the war's over, Walter, this one's just for you, brother. We'll see how this sounds over those crossovers. Go! Project Storytime says, I was there in spirit. Does that count? Yes, obviously it counts. You and Mark both. Mark was like, dude, I wish you could be there. I wish y'all both could have been there. I really do. Would have been great. Would have been absolutely great seeing you two knuckleheads together. Anyway.
Yeah.
So let's go back. Let's go way back because we've got a message here that I am going to share. Got a little GameStop for you. Oh, look. GameStop declares the console wars are over. Whereas for the past 2 decades, the global gaming community has been engaged in an ongoing, yeah, I know, right? 2 decades. What, bitch? Where you been? Increasingly petty conflict known as the console wars. Whereas said conflict originated in the early 2000s with the release of Halo Combat Evolved as an Xbox exclusive title. Do you remember that? Is that what happened?
I do. Let me interject on the first point there, because this is where, well, it's GameStop, so I take multiple issues with it, and I promise I won't drone on forever. But I mean that the first statement there, for the past 2 decades, the console wars over the past 2 decades. Let me give you my take on this. I think the console wars effectively ended maybe a decade and a half ago, because to me, the console wars ended between Xbox 360 and PlayStation with whatever they were doing. Nintendo was always kind of going around doing their own thing, and they always had a market. So, I mean,
they still do their own thing.
They still do
their own market.
And they've got their own problems now because of it.
Yes, they
but
do.
I mean, but you know what? That's global. That's everything. I would say effectively the console wars officially tapered off and essentially, for lack of a better term, kind of died out between 360 and PlayStation. Though that to me, that was the last great generation, because anything now, well, I mean, you're just getting into the old arguments now where everything's overpriced. Everything is just, paid subscriptions and, but that's a topic for, that we've beaten severely.
Give me Genesis.
Yeah.
Anyway.
But to be so oblivious to say that for the past 2 decades there's been a console war, nah, bitches, that shit's been going back 35, almost 40 years now. Get with the times.
Golly gee, Doc, you're so angry. I'm in a boat of prey, Monty.
They're just not thinking fourth dimensionally. Because I mean, and even with it being mass produced and readily, Zero can't speak this morning, more readily available now than it ever has been before, it still wasn't the console wars that we grew up with between like Nintendo and Sega and all that. Because to me personally, each individual market, whether that was Sony, PlayStation, Xbox, Nintendo, doing whatever they were going to do, each of those markets had their own audience. Everybody was happy to get what they thought was best. What was best came down to preference, basically. There were people that bought all 3 systems from 3 different companies. So I don't think those console wars over the past, according to them, 2 decades are in the same vein as what we had 35, almost 40 years ago.
No, I'd agree with that. So it says Halo Combat Evolved is officially coming to PlayStation in 2026 with cross-platform play. That means, or it's going to be campaign evolved. My apologies. How can it be cross-platform play if it doesn't have multiplayer? If it's just the campaign?
Yeah, it's
Are you saying that you're going to be able to play with your friend in the game 1-on-1? Like, are you saying that the matches, the verses is going to come later? Are we talking about Battle Royale later? What are we talking about here? That's going to be cross-platform, because I'm sure they're going to take the split screen out. They have no time to do split screen anymore.
You know what I'm thinking? Because it would make perfect sense, given how corporately driven and money hungry all the corporately driven companies are. I could see multiplayer as we've known it, playing online with your friends, doing all that shit. I could see that being a to be released bonus DLC pack that you just got to shell a few bucks over.
Oh yeah.
If you're on PlayStation, you want to play with your friends on Xbox on some multiplayer maps, buy the DLC pack that includes multiplayer and all that crap. I'm not saying that's going to happen, but I could totally see them doing that. Let's be real here.
So GameStop, acting under its authority as a neutral entity and the world's retail gaming and trading, I'm not saying that, hereby declares the official cessation of the console wars. There's at least a dozen places better than GameStop, because GameStop threw away all of the fun stuff that they used to have, and now they have pops.
Yeah.
They have pops and walls and walls and walls of pops instead of games. Could you imagine getting rid of all your used games that people come into your store for to put up pops?
That's wild. And the last time I was in a GameStop was, I want to say maybe somewhere around 10 years ago. I mean, when you think about it, used games were still a thing 10 years ago. But the local GameStop I went into, even 10 years ago, there wasn't even as many used games on the walls. There were shitloads of pops. I don't know what the hell that was all about.
Maybe neutered. Maybe they meant neutered as a neutered entity, because they neutered themselves when they got rid of all their 360, PS3, Xbox, Nintendo GameCube, Wii, all that stuff they just got rid of. They literally were throwing it in the garbage. There were guys that were putting trash bags full of guides, books, all kinds of stuff in the bins, and they would go around after they closed up and take that. They'd take the bags back out and take them home because they were just throwing all this shit away. They told them to throw it away. GameStop was literally throwing away games and books and magazines because, hey, we're gonna have pops.
Yeah,
we're gonna have pops. We're gonna have Funko Pops instead of games. Every GameStop I went to threw out the DS and 3DS cases and instruction manuals. Yep, because
sad.
they're morons.
Mm-hmm. But I mean, thankfully, I live in a town where I have, off the top of my head, 2 used video game stores that could have absolutely everything that you can imagine and possibly want. Why? Because it's a used game store. So what do you think you're going to get when you go there? You're going to get manuals, player guide books, magazines, games. Hell, they got used DVDs and Blu-rays and shit. They got everything you could possibly want. And then when you look at a shop like GameStop, that's false advertising. They don't have any of that shit in there.
What's up, Comic Relief Crusader says, say hi before I start work. Hail, Loki. Hail, my friend. Good morning. Hope you have a great one. I don't mind these stores having like figures and game related stuff and shit like that. I don't need a giant ass wall of Funko Pops. You want to have shirts? Have shirts. You want to have figures? Have figures. You want to sell some cool shit? Sell some cool shit. I just don't need a damn wall of Funko Pops that I'm not interested in when I walk into a game store.
Yeah.
There was a really, really good retro game store in the mall in the Woodlands, and that thing got taken over by Pops. They moved stores, and suddenly every wall had Pops on it, and they had games in the inner, like a case running down the middle of the store. And I was like, what the fuck did y'all do? Yeah. Why do y'all have Funko Pops up here instead of video games? That's what you had in the old store. They had figures. They had a really cool Kratos figure. This is the same place that had a giant alien queen in the store. They had it was coming out of an airlock wall, right? And it was just awesome. And they threw that out when they moved. The guy was like, just throw it out. And I'm like, you threw out this badass wall hanging alien queen coming out of this airlock. And it's 3D, so it's not like just a painting or something. It's like a giant figure coming out of the damn wall. They're coming out of the walls, man. They're coming out of the damn walls, right?
Yeah.
And they threw that away.
That's sad.
Because I asked them when they got to the new store, I was like, "What happened to the giant alien queen?" And the owner told us to throw it out. And I said, "You threw it out?" And he goes, "Yeah, we threw it in the trash. We had to." And he watched us too. We couldn't go back and get it. I was like, dude, I'd have found a way. I'd have been calling Eris and been like, go and get your parents' Explorer and meet me at the mall because we are saving the queen. Long live the queen. And she'd been like, what in the hell?
Yeah.
She'd have been like, what in the hell?
It is pretty sad. Yeah, a piece of me died when you first told me that. I mean, the problem with the Fun Pop store is, I mean, I understand if you're trying to liquidate all that shit, but holy crap, these stores have been hoarding that crap for so long now. And the biggest problem you have when you hoard that much stuff and that's all you showcase is you severely limit and hinder the amount of foot traffic that comes in, stays there to shop, and then leaves. Because, I mean, if you walk into a store like that and all you see are walls and walls of Funko Pop, whatever the hell it's called,
I turn around.
Yeah, exactly. You have no initiative or instinctive reason to stay when all you see are walls of box toys with big heads.
Now, if you've got the room and you want to like make an aisle of Pops, I don't care about that. I think Game Exchange does that. We went to a Game Exchange. The first Game Exchange I've been to in years. And they had like they had a shelf full of Pops, but they had like 6 other shelves full of games and all kinds of. So I don't care about that. You want to have a little section, that's fine. I don't need wall-to-wall pops and then like, well, do you have anything for 360? We don't carry 360. Do you have anything for PS3? We don't have PS3. Nintendo GameCube, SNES, just Sega Genesis, nothing. I'm out, man. You care more about pops than you do about games, then what the hell? Just call it the pop store.
No kidding. Well, we have Funko Pops wearing Nintendo and Sega t-shirts. Yeah, all right. Thanks. Yeah, it's an issue. So somebody in chat asked, isn't it called EB Games up here in Canada? Up until several years ago it was, but they're GameStop worldwide now. Yeah.
Well, GameStop bought EB Games.
Yeah.
So I loved Electronics Boutique. I loved Electronics Boutique. That was my jam back in the day. It's where I bought my first Sony PlayStation 1 with my own money. I was like, yes, I got a PS1. Yeah. Took it home. Nobody had one. I think a buddy down the street had a Saturn. And as soon as he saw the PS1, he was like, I'm going to get rid of my Saturn, man.
I just wasted $500 on this shit.
Yep.
Yeah, it was pretty wild. Yeah, we certainly don't have the Nintendo Sega console wars. I could see, I mean, at this point with Halo going cross-platform or cross-play, as soon as you buy the DLC pack, I swear to God, I think it's going to happen. There's going to be some loophole that they get you to pay more for a $90 game you just bought. I could see Microsoft, as pertains to consoles itself. I mean, we've talked about them just doing like cloud gaming or an online, box thing that you buy that just streams game. I could even see them going one step farther and just becoming a software developer. I mean, they're always going to have their foot in the PC market. That's likely never going away. But when it comes to consoles, I could see them maybe taking the Sega route and just becoming a developer. And that way they can distribute their software across all platforms and bring in a little more money. Because, I mean, consoles these days are just overpriced shit anyway.
What was that other store? Man, it wasn't KB. But it was something like that. There was another store that had game stuff. That, man, there used to be so many good little game stores and stuff. And
yeah,
it's just it's wall to wall shit now.
Yeah.
So Anyway, all claims to exclusivity are hereby dissolved. Console loyalists are instructed to cease hostilities, disband militias, and enjoy the new era of gaming. I don't know. GameStop will continue to operate as a demilitarized zone, offering hardware, accessories, and trade-ins to combatants on all sides. That's not true, because you stopped having access to older games.
Yeah.
And this is my response. I fought in the console wars the same as your father, before the dark times, before cloud gaming.
Mm-hmm. They were different times. And they were great times.
This is my favorite. That is my favorite. That is my favorite out of everything I've seen over the past couple of days, ever since this got announced. There's another one where it's Master Chief sitting there, and it's Cortana, and she's touching the PS5, and she's like, "Are you sure?" And he's like, "Yes." I thought that was freaking funny. I thought that was absolutely hilarious.
Come on, Chief. Watch another guy take a girl for a ride.
This is what Sega did before Sega stopped making consoles.
Yeah.
This is what Sega did. Sega released games on the N64 or not on the N64, but on the GameCube. So they're done. It was nice while it lasted.
Yeah,
except for this last generation has been shit. But in my opinion, it's been shit for PS5. It's been shit for.
Well, I mean that kind of emphasizes, what I meant, by the console wars being over. Because I mean, in order to have really efficient console wars, you have to have some great goddamn exclusive games to sell your consoles in the first place. And to say that this generation has been really lackluster when it comes to, hit makers and console sellers, I mean, geez, that to me, that's just an understatement, because there's really been nothing. If you're going to pay $500 to $700, even $800 for a brand new console, you want a game that you're going to get some serious, going to make you get some serious use out of that console with. And there really hasn't been anything, in my opinion.
See, this is the way I think Xbox is going. I've heard over and over again that their next console is going to be a streaming machine. It's not going to be an Xbox like, they're talking about a truly curated experience. I think that the Xbox console is, it's never going to be what it was. You might have something niche. You might have like a $1,200 system for the rich, and then the poor man's $200 streaming box that's cloud gaming. That's what they want everybody on. They want everybody on Xbox Game Pass, and they want everybody on streaming gaming. That way they've got the hardware. They decide what stays up. They decide what to get rid of. They decide what you can play, what you can't play, and they decide what gets patched and what doesn't. So that you can't go back to, I'll just put a disc in and play. I think the days of that are severely numbered. PlayStation might continue for another generation to give you disc-based games, but I bet you a lot of those are going to be updated. You got to update day one to play them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
that's shit. I'm not doing that.
Yeah. Oh, it's funny too, because I mean, it's if their big selling point going forward is going to be Xbox Game Pass, I mean, because I know everybody's quick to jump on the online hate bandwagon and just cram their shit down people's throats. But I mean, how many people started freaking out when Microsoft announced the tier increase in prices to their Game Pass and shit like that? And all I could do was sit back and think, with everybody bitching about how expensive shit is these days, do you really think this was the best move to go and jack all your prices up so people can play games that they still don't even technically own? You could take those away at the drop of a dime. Nothing's stopping you for doing that. But let's go ahead and charge people more. It doesn't make sense.
Bonko Land was the one I was thinking of. I don't think I ever went into Babbage's, but I did go into Funko Land. Funko Land was the other store I was thinking of earlier. Funko Land had a bunch of good shit, but it was expensive. The Funko Land stuff was always more expensive, but they had a rarer collection than a lot of the other stores. So if you couldn't find what you were looking for at one, usually if you called the other one, they had it. It was more expensive, but you'd be able to get it. I remember going to Funko Land just to get the PS1 connectors so I could hook my two PS2s up and we could play Command and Conquer versus on two TVs. God help me, just to play a two-player game. The shit we went through. Hey, Zero, grab that 500-pound TV and move it over here, and we'll hook it up. We'll hook them up back to back.
I can't. I've got that old setup where it was the 32-inch TV encased in wood with the big speakers on the end. So you're going to have to bring your TV in the truck over to my place, and we'll put your TV on top of my TV. Oh, shit. I got to call my sister and get her to bring her antenna connector over. The stuff we had to go through, man. But hey, you know what? Once you got all that shit hooked up and working, LAN parties were, man.
Oh,
awesome.
Dude.
LAN parties were the way to go.
So we had two 48-inch big screens. Yes, 48-inch TVs used to be considered big screens back in the day. Because they were towers, dude. They were huge. They had the speakers underneath, and they were huge. We had two 48-inchers backed up against each other with two Xboxes going, and we'd have 4 people on one side, 4 people on the other side, and go crazy. Either teams or battle royales. It was nuts. And it's all about where your library is. So the age of exclusivity is over. The head of Microsoft came out just the other day and said exclusivity is a thing of the past. We want our games everywhere.
Oh, is that what's her name? My pronouns are it and WTF. Yeah, what a great job.
And WTF.
Exclusivity is over. Yeah, how ironic. She's the one saying exclusivity is over. I think it's funny though,
The Dawn ended the console war. The Dawn ended another war. That's 10 now. 10 wars down. The Dawn ended another one.
And started what, another 12? Anyway, so yeah.
Nothing is over. Nothing.
So that happened, yeah. Oh, dude.
Remember that?
What's funny? Say what you will, but I love that controller.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
The thumb pad, the circle pad, it's kind of.
It didn't bite into your thumb. See, that was the problem with the brick. The bricks would bite into your damn thumb while you were playing, and your thumb would end up swollen after half a day of playing.
Yeah, it was a little weird, but I mean, but that was how it was back then. You just got to get used to it, and we did. So yeah, I don't know. I miss having good LAN parties though. We used to me and my buddies used to do some GoldenEye tournaments where we would pair off in teams of 2, and we would take our shit so seriously. We would play on the biggest TV we had, because what we did is we take a big piece of cardboard and we split that screen right in half, so the other team had no way of seeing what the other 2 were doing. Oh man, nowadays you can just.
That's why we just backed them up. That's why we backed up those 2 TVs. No one's like looking over or any of that shit. No,
it was good stuff. But now we don't have to worry about that. Just get yourself an online account for whatever console you want to play on, and play some Halo. Good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Sheriff. How are you doing? Good to see you, Punk.
Get ready to play with everybody on any console you like.
This is an Xbox.
Yeah.
Everything's an Xbox. When they came out with that commercial, I was like, oh, y'all are in trouble. Don't do this. This is an Xbox. Your phone is an Xbox. Your computer is an Xbox. PlayStation's an Xbox. Guys, don't do that. You cheapen your brand and you make your consoles worthless. When you're like, this is this and this is that. I don't have to buy a damn Xbox. I can just play it on my damn phone. We're not doing that. We are not doing that. No, it's more like taking your money. This is more like taking your money.
They're sure as hell not making any money.
They're not giving you money. No. Give you what, 10 cents for your console?
No shit. Yeah,
we'll give you 25% more cash back for your console. Yeah, that does me a lot of good when it's 10 cents. I mean,
do they even give cash value on anything? I thought they would just go everything's like in-store credit now, because
they do. I don't know. They do. I'm pretty sure they do. If they stop doing that, I'd be really surprised, because a lot of people treat GameStop like a damn pawn shop for video games. GameStop is your pawn shop for video games.
Well, now it's just a pawn shop, Funko Pop, whatever. But well, it's interesting because I mean, we've got. So Halo Campaign Evolved on the release radar, coming to PlayStation next year. This is a pretty big catalyst, considering, Halo was always the Xbox exclusive that was branded as their console seller for better or worse.
That was that was the whole point. Why do you have an Xbox instead of a PlayStation? Because of Halo. Or you had both. If you were lucky, you had both. If you were like me, you just had one. And I remember people going, why do you have an Xbox? Why did you go away from PlayStation? I said, Halo. And then later it was Mass Effect.
Yeah.
Because the PS3 crazy. Ports of Mass Effect sucked.
Yeah, some of them did. So I don't know. I mean, I could see this. I might be wrong, but again, this might be along the lines of what I was saying earlier about them trying to just try their hand at software development. If they want to, throw out their exclusive title across all platforms and see how well that does, maybe they'll get an idea saying, you know what, we're making a little bit more when we're just working on our software. So maybe we can keep going forward with that. But that all depends on how well the what used to be opposing systems sell, how they market those, how customer friendly they're going to be. Because if they're, if they're going to be released on consoles that aren't user friendly, aren't customer friendly, aren't wallet friendly, then you're basically just digging yourselves a hole in the first place. Yeah. But it's interesting that they're opening this door with Halo. So my question is, what big former first, or possibly former first party titles do they follow up after this?
And what is PlayStation going to offer?
Yeah, that's the other thing too. There's a whole other half of that equation out there too. What are they? It's going to be, what have you done for me lately?
Because it's not going to be Squaresoft, because Squaresoft's already gone off and been like, yeah, we're not doing PS1 or PS5 exclusives anymore. It's not worth it. We don't make enough money. We don't get enough from PlayStation to cover what we could have had in sales. So Squaresoft or Square Enix has finally woken up to the fact that, guess what? Being exclusive to one console sucks rubber titty, and we're not going to keep doing it. So they can't offer that. What is that? What Kratos? Are we gonna bring God of War to the Xbox? I want to see that. I want to see God of War on the Xbox.
It could happen. Yeah.
But I want to see some damn crossover. That's what I want to see. I don't want to see this because I'm sick of this whole thing. There's not enough games on PS5 to even warrant the price of buying a PS5. There aren't enough games on Xbox One X to even warrant the price of paying full price for that. And they just raised the prices. So I got my Xbox Cortana, whatever. I got that, and I don't even worry about, how the fuck do I worry about anything else? I got my Spider-Man PS5, which the game sucks, but the console looks absolutely badass. Because it's a Venom console. It looks badass, but the game sucked. So
is Gran Turismo a PlayStation exclusive?
Yes, it is. Bring Forza over and bring Gran Turismo.
Could you see that it's like, oh, well, for the people that don't like fighting games or first-person shooters, we could put out a racing game for them? I don't know. Maybe we could see that.
If they crossover Forza and Gran Turismo, crossover those two franchises, that's fine. But you can't give them your iconic, the whole reason to buy a PlayStation or an Xbox in the first place, if they're not giving you something equally badass in return. I want something. I want God of War, something. And don't give me that cyber chick, fat redhead, whatever her name is, Echo or whatever, emo. Something good. Wing Commander was rad. The game, yes, absolutely. The games were awesome. I love the games. Fuck that movie.
Hey, it had
Freddie Prinze Jr. in it.
Oh, yeah. James Vega. Yeah, take your Jersey Shore 2s back to the fucking airlock, but I'd blow you out of it. Anyway. So I don't know. Yeah, we'll see. I mean, we've definitely got, is it a full calendar year or is it just like Q1, Q2, 2026? Do we have a date on
it's going to be next year. It'll be next year.
We just don't know when.
We just don't know when. It's 2026. I'm betting Christmas time.
It would make sense,
But they look like they look like maybe summer. They had a 13-minute play of Halo. Now, I have no idea whether it was running on a computer, whether it was running on an Xbox, or whether it was running on a PlayStation. But you had 13 minutes of great footage it's all nice looking and shit, but I think they're kind of missing the point of that original game. So it was so alien and so weird and so different, the purples and the pinks and all the weird ass colors that the aliens
isn't that
used.
What they wanted?
And
didn't they want Master Chief dressing up in rainbows this time around?
I'm not even talking about that. I'm talking about that first game that how alien it was. Because I mean, you had all these different levels that were so different, that were just like, you know, oh, we're outside on a ring. And then you had like being on an alien ship. Everything looked weird and purple and pink and off. And there were underground facilities on the ring that you went into that were just like almost like a gothic castle style, but with technology and shit. Everything was unique, and it was its own universe, and people fell in love with that. And if you take that away and you just make it, oh, we did a high-res AI redesign of blah, 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 then you're missing the point of the whole experience of that first game.
I mean, even the Master Chief Collection did that all right, because they even gave you an option, like when you're playing or replaying Combat Evolved with, you know, that fresh coat of paint that looked absolutely beautiful. I mean, I played that more than I played the original back in the day, but they gave you an option to go back and forth.
Yes, they gave you the option to go back and forth.
You know, so you could take those little moments between gunfire and say, that's what it looked like. Wow, look at the effort that went into that. Except the flood. Screw the flood. I hated the flood. That portion.
I love the flood. That was the freaky shit, man. That was
but it was shit. It was so annoying because they were everywhere. They're coming out of the goddamn walls, man.
You needed Betty. You needed Betty, your trusty shotgun. And you had to learn how to fight him. You had to fight him differently. Whereas the Covenant, you could be like, whoa, ducking under the damn plasma cannons and all kinds of crazy shit and doing the, you know, you could stand off. With the flood, they just swarmed you. It was a swarm of ass coming at you, and you had to fight him differently. It was a different experience mid game too. That's a big thing to do mid-game. We're going to screw you up, and we're going to hit you with a different enemy that plays completely differently than the Flood or than the Covenant. And not only that, but humans and the Covenant both become the Flood. So now you've got humans with grenades and human weapons coming at you. You've got Flood. You've got Covenant coming at you with their weapons. It was a great.
It was pretty wild.
It
was more than a name too. I mean, it was Halo Combat Evolved. It was like
Master Chief,
your first person shooter that you've never seen before. You know, it was Combat Evolved, but it was also making you evolve the way you looked at combat. You had to adapt. You had to, you know, for lack of a better term. That's basically what I was talking about with the Flood. It was that goddamn library level.
That library, dude. We would go in on Legendary, playing Cowboys from Hell in the background on freaking loop-de-loop on repeat, and just clear it out on Legendary. Whether you called us gluttons for punishment, you know, a giant ashtray in the middle of the room on a coffee table where we were throwing our smokes as we were playing. Back when
we could do that too.
God, back when you could do that.
Yeah.
And no one gave a shit. Now you'd be getting screamed at for doing something like that. And it's not very healthy for you either. No,
it's not good for you either. So I don't know. I mean, with we've got Master Chief going to work with Sony next year. I don't know. Do you think if this goes well, you could even take another big franchise, which people have been waiting for goddamn, like 15 years now. Do you think maybe if they see Halo as a success, they turn around and say, all right, Bethesda, we bought you for exclusivity, but we want Elder Scrolls 6 back on PlayStation ASAP. Get it done. Do you think? You know what
I want to see? I want to see Kratos in a damn like a low riding race car, burning ass away from an Xbox with no fat bitch consoles or my car will scrape sticker on the back of it. That's what I want to see.
Somebody will get on
this whole, like, we're going to be piecemeal and we're going to have everything on everything. I'm just like, I don't give a shit. Give me it on PC. Give me it on PC. Bring your damn game to PC. I'll buy it on PC. I'm just done. This is the end of, it's not just the end of the console wars. It's the end of any kind of competition. And I've seen this dance before. I watched WCW get absolutely eaten alive by WWE, and WWE just fuck up the whole thing because it didn't have any competition. So I'm done. I'm done. That's right.
Well,
Kronos, I am done. I'm done.
Well, it's not like, and it's not, and again, I can't stress this enough that, even if you want to say that the console wars are still alive and kicking, it's not how it was 25, 30 years ago, because even if there is still a console war to speak of, neither one of them are really going above and beyond to drive the competition further. It's just like, okay, here are your three options, pick whichever one you like best. That's it. Could you imagine Microsoft running an ad like Sega did 30 years ago saying, oh, Sony sucks? Like Sega was doing that shit with Nintendo. Somebody probably should do it with Nintendo these days. But like, you don't even see that now. Like the ball some of these companies had back then. You don't see that anymore. That's why I don't think the console wars have been.
It's because all the white guys are gone. All the white guys have been fired and replaced by yes men and women that are in charge of everything that don't have any balls,
or men that want to pretend they don't have balls.
That's right. You've either got Karens in charge, or you've got men that want to be Karens and be in charge because they're Karens. So either the skirt's coming on or the skirt's coming off, and there are no balls to be found. And that's just the gaming industry. That's
just how it is.
You've got some outliers in China and Japan, but even the Japanese are like, oh, we bow to Western influence. When before they would have told them to take a flying buck. They would have told them what they could go do with themselves. No, we're not doing that. This is the game, and this is the way it is. And they said it. What Sony of America did was go, okay, we won't release it in the States. We just won't release it in the States. And that kneecapped a bunch of companies. Tecmo, that kneecapped Tecmo when they didn't come out with Busty Beach Babes 5. That kneecapped them to shit, because we could have had. I had that imported from PlayStation 4 because I was like, Dead or Alive Beach Volleyball 3. I had to import that shit.
I still got mine over there on probably what was the last great console generation.
Yeah, you had Xbox, you had Xbox 360, and then you had PS4 because they wouldn't release the game on Xbox, and PlayStation wouldn't release it in the States. That's idiocy. Oh, well, we don't want our American players to see a girl in a bikini. What kind of fucking flaming fruity faggot shit is that? We don't want our players to see a woman in a bikini.
Too bad, because you know what? Zero's going to give it to you now. Remember this shit? Yeah, boom. There you go. All the titties you want. Oh, look at the waist on that one. Oh, what's on the back? Look at that. Is YouTube going to demonetize me? Good. Go fuck yourself.
Christy. I see Christy.
Hey, you want some more of that? Boom. Zero's got the sequel. Look at Tita's titties there. You don't like that? Too bad. Woo, it's titty vision.
And I've got two sitting right over there. I've got two PS4 games that never released in the States sitting right freaking there.
Yeah.
That I've shown on this channel multiple times. Yeah. And why? Because, oh my God, it's a girl in a bikini, and there might be a 17-year-old that sees a girl in a bikini and becomes a misogynist. Oh no.
God. You know what? Here's the funny thing. You can find that shit any second on any day on the internet for free. So if a company wants to make a game that appeals to a market like that to make some money, go for it. Because you know what? There's nothing wrong with an attractive looking female. And for the ones that are getting pissed off that they're not among them, I'm sorry about your luck. but that's just how it is. So if I want to look at some old school jiggle physics, yeah, I will.
Let's see.
I probably won't.
I mean, it's not like I'm a Dead or Alive fan or anything. We've got Dead or Alive 1 Ultimate. We've got Dead or Alive 2 Ultimate. We've got Dead or Alive 3. We've got Dead or Alive 4. I've got them all. Everything. All on Xbox, except for the ones that were not released on Xbox. Why were they not released on Xbox? Because you got a bunch of skirts in there going, oh, you know what? We can't have a game where girls play beach volleyball in their bikinis. Oh no.
Oh, but yeah, let's go to a parade where we celebrate certain kinds of lifestyle.
And they've got their winky dinky out fucking shaking it in front of little kids in a parade. That's okay. That's perfectly fine. We're not going to talk about that. But you can't see a girl in a bikini playing volleyball because you might become a misogynist. It might lead you to right-leaning thinking. Oh no.
God. I guess
this is exactly who's running the fucking show at PlayStation and Microsoft. And this is why they have been deep-throating and gargling fucking testicles for the past 5 years.
Yep. I guess none of them watch your teams during the Summer Olympics either, when they're walking around in their spandex and leotards doing high jumps and doing what real athletes can do. I guess that's not for them as well. Bringing home gold for your country and shit like that. Yeah, I guess anything that looks decent and has a monicum of skill when it comes to athleticism, that's just not their cup of tea.
Take care, Snorty. Have a great one, brother.
But anyway, I didn't mean to go on a whole tirade about them, but it's case in point, you know. I mean, there's markets out there for everything, and if you limit yourself or try to exclude people because it doesn't fit your linear way of thinking, you're hindering your progress as a company. You're hindering your reputation and or whatever faith consumers had in you in the first place. You're really kind of putting yourself in handcuffs.
Have some balls instead of gargling them, for fuck's sake. We just want a game that we can have fun in. That's all that matters. You guys are slowly sucking the fun out of everything like a fucking tranny on fucking prom night.
Dance?
God help me.
Anybody want to dance? No, thank you, Mrs. X. I'm okay. I'd fucking put the lotion in my pants and then gargle my gaming balls. Anyway, I know we went off topic there, but this is what happens. We just need some good stuff out there.
We need Olympic gymnasts.
Am I wrong for saying, you know what?
No, you're not wrong.
I mean, geez, what happened during the women's boxing in the Olympics? Didn't a tranny come and beat the shit out of a legit badass woman and take home the gold? Like, how fucking embarrassing is that? I don't get it. But anyway, that's off topic. No, there's nothing wrong with women in the Olympics. Jesus, they're athletes. They're talented. They had goals and aspirations. I don't know what this has to do with our console wars, but you start one.
Anthony, I don't know. I don't know, Anthony. I really don't. I don't know what the deal is. I don't know why they think that this is the way. They think this is the way because of woke garbage, because they've got a bunch of Karens in their executive department that think that this is the way. This is the way forward, and it's not. It's dumb. They have made dumb decision after another. They have not come out with anything in this generation that made me go, oh my God, I've got to have this for this console or anything like that. I thought they would. I thought maybe Final Fantasy VII would be the oh my God, I got to get this. I thought God of War Ragnarok maybe like the, oh my God, I got to get this. It's not. None of it has. I thought maybe Halo Infinite might be the turning point in the Halo franchise. It wasn't.
Well, you would think with the prices they, were going to charge and continue to charge, they would have a console seller, but none of them have really had that in quite a long time. And people are still waiting for it. So, I mean, you know,
and
to me,
we'll still be waiting.
Yeah. And to me, that was a mistake because they should have had all their eggs in the basket before they, you know, said, let's jack the prices up. So will ending exclusivity be a mistake? I don't know. We apparently got like a whole year to find out. So we'll see. It's an interesting door that's opened.
Fuck that door. Guys, we will be doing something random at some point this week. Loki's birthday is on Thursday. I'm probably going to do something on Thursday. I know we're going to go see Back to the Future, the original Back to the Future, in a theater. So that'll be great. And that'll be on my birthday.
They are re-releasing that, aren't they? That'll be.
They are releasing that in theaters. So I'm going to get to go see the original Back to the Future. I saw the other two in theaters. I don't think I saw this one in theater. I believe I saw this one on home video when it came out on home video, but I don't think I saw it in theaters. But I saw the other two in theaters, of course, because, you know, it's a letter. It's from the doc. Greetings, Marty. If you're reading this, then the DeLorean has just been struck by lightning. He's in 1985. The doc's alive.
If my calculations are correct, you saw the DeLorean struck by lightning. Oh, I don't know, Doc. This version of 2015 kind of sucks. Hey, this version of anything kind of sucks.
Where's Jaws 5000? Shark still looks fake.
Shark still looks fake.
So we're going to be doing some crazy shit this week and hanging out and having a good time because that's what I want to do. I want to hang out. I want to have a good time. I want to have a good time with you guys. And I want to have a good time with people hanging out with us on this channel. So that's what we're going to do. We will be back definitely Wednesday. I'm probably going to go live for something. Maybe I'll play a game. I don't know. We'll hang out, do something on Thursday. And of course, we have the weekend review. Yeah, I can play. I can do that. Holy shit! Y'all want me to play some beach volleyball with some awesome chicks in their underwear? Let's do it.
Do you have any beach volleyball games on Steam? Do they have anything like that? No? Shit.
They have it if you're in China. So if you live in China, there's beach volleyball on Steam in China. But you got to be in China. And it's not easy to even pull that shit. You can try and ghost it with a VPN, but good luck because they monitor that shit. They don't want you buying.
I was going to say, if you had access to anything like that, tell me what you have. I will go buy it on Steam and we'll play some bouncing beach volleyball on Thursday together. Dude, when's the last time you and I played anything together? Was it Uno like 5 years ago?
Uno like 5 years ago.
Jesus. Anyway, so look forward to Loki's Random Thursday. Yeet.
Give me a yeet.
Oh God, not that word, please. No. I know you like things like yeet, like lit and whatever, but no yeet, please. no,
all right, we're getting out of here, guys. Take care. Be excellent to each other. Always speak for an enter. We'll catch you on the next one. Thank y'all for being here. Kick ass, take names, chew bubblegum, all that fun shit. And yeah, have a great one, guys.
A dollar? I've never seen a dollar. Nobody's got a dollar. Let us see the dollar. There it is. It's beautiful. Take your hat off, boy. That's a dollar bill.
These videos are tremendous.
You so suck.
Comment and subscribe and hammer that notification bell.